Welcome back, my artist friends. All right, for this project, we're going to work on what's called a Zentangle name. Now, first, you need to know what it is. So I'm going to show you some examples. A Zentangle is just a made-up design. Now, they can be made up by anybody. They range from very simple designs to a little bit more complex designs down here. But they are just made-up designs. They can also be combined. They don't have to just use the way they're made here. You can combine two elements to create a completely new design. But first, we got to write our name. Now, if your name is short, like for example, I'm going to be using 3 letters, I'm going to use a shorter piece of paper. But if your name is longer, I'd say 5 or more letters, you're going to be using a longer piece. Now, when drawing, you're going to start drawing with pencil. I'm going to draw on black permanent marker so you can see it on the camera. You're going to draw on pencil and then trace it with black permanent marker. We're going to use all caps because we want the letters to touch the top and the bottom of the paper, not stop halfway through because we want to close off some spaces. So I'm going to do something just very simple. And we also want the letters to touch. So I'm going to draw the R, so it's going to touch down here. So R. And when I draw the P, it's going to touch right here. Notice that my letters are a little slanted, and that's okay. They don't have to be straight up and down. So here's my name. All my letters touch. All my letters are touching the top and the bottom of the paper. Now for the next part is where you start drawing your Zentangle. So in each letter, we have these closed spaces. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. I want to try and use 10 different designs. Now again, this is a place to start, but you can also use your Chromebook to look them up online if you just type in the word Zentangle, and then you can either type in Zentangle patterns or Zentangle designs. Either one will work. But again, we just want to make them simple. So for like in this area, I'm going to do circles. I want to vary the size of the circles so they're not all exactly the same because we want variety in our work. I'm not going to color them in because I can color them in later. Notice how I have some of them that are on the edge too. I don't see a full circle. I see like half a circle. And I can even make even smaller circles. These ones will look a little colored in, but that's okay. Then I move to the next section. Now I don't have to go in order. I can just go whichever way I want to go. So for example, maybe this one I want to do zigzagging lines. All the way down. I'm going to keep going until I fill up all of my sections. Let me show you what that looks like. Here's an example I made a while ago. All my sections have been filled in. The reason for this is we want to hide the name. It's still there. This one I'll point out where the M is and the R and the P, but we can barely see them. Once that is done, we're going to start adding color. Now, color is going to be done with markers. Now, the beauty of using regular markers, when I use permanent markers in drawing, I can color right over the permanent marker. Now, I'm going to show you a couple things here. First, you can use multiple colors. This one's black and red. This one I started out, which is a raspberry color and yellow. Where here's I have the stripes. Now, I also want to point out some of the coloring. This one can be done a little bit better. So I want you to concentrate on filling things in all the way. Here's what I don't want you to do. Let's look at this one right on the edge here. I don't want to color each one of these in a different color. That's going to take me forever. Maybe I use 3 colors and I color every third one a different color. And then every next one a different color, and then the last one a different color. So I'm not using 20 different colors in one section. That would take me forever. Yes, you can leave some sections white, but not like everything. So let's say, for example, I want to look at this one right here. Maybe I color the background. Maybe these look like clouds to me. Maybe I color the background a nice blue color, and I leave these parts white. So like half of it will be colored, half of it will be white, and that's perfectly fine. So here is what a finished example would look like. with the addition of the color, it actually looks like our name is hidden even more. And that's our goal with this. The name is still there. It's just harder to see, which means that people have to look at it closer to actually see the name. But you can see my whole example is colored. I've used many colors, not just one or two. And I fill them right up to the edges of the line. So they're all filled in all the way nice and neat. Okay? So that's Zentangle Name. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know.